It was a cold, rainy afternoon at the city shelter. Among the countless cages housing forgotten animals was a sickly pit bull named Max. His coat was dull, patches of fur were missing, and his once bright eyes were now lifeless. Max had been abandoned weeks ago, and despite the staff's best efforts, his condition continued to deteriorate. The decision had been made. Max would be euthanized by the end of the day. The shelter staff, though heartbroken, believed it was the kindest option for the suffering animal. As the clock ticked closer to Max's final moments, a young girl named Emily walked into the shelter. She was no stranger to rescuing animals, having grown up in a household filled with adopted pets. Her eyes scanned the rows of cages until they landed on Max. Something about his defeated posture pulled at her heartstrings. Ignoring the staff's warnings about his poor health and the risks involved, Emily crouched by his cage and whispered softly, "Hey buddy, don't give up just yet." The shelter manager approached her, explaining Max's dire situation. "He's very sick and has been through too much. Even if he survives, his chances of living a normal life are slim." But Emily wasn't deterred. She bent closer to Max's cage, her voice unwavering as she spoke softly to the manager. "If he's going to leave this world, he deserves to feel love first," she said firmly. Her words stunned the staff into silence. With unwavering determination, Emily filled out the necessary paperwork and took Max home. The journey back wasn't easy. Max was weak, barely able to stand. Emily wrapped him in a warm blanket and whispered comforting words throughout the drive. Once home, she set up a cozy corner with soft bedding, toys, and bowls of fresh food and water. Max didn't eat much that night, but he wagged his tail faintly when Emily sat beside him, stroking his head gently. The following days were grueling. Max's health seemed to worsen before it improved. Emily took him to the vet daily, draining her savings to cover his treatments. She researched tirelessly, cooking special meals to strengthen his immune system and spending hours by his side. Her friends and family called her crazy, saying it wasn't worth it, but Emily's resolve never wavered. She believed in Max, and she believed he deserved a chance. One evening, after weeks of care, Max did something he hadn't done since arriving. He stood up on his own. Emily's heart leaped as she watched him take shaky steps toward her, his eyes brighter than before. Tears streamed down her face as she hugged him, whispering, "You're a fighter, Max." From that moment, Max's recovery accelerated. His fur began to grow back, shiny and healthy. His appetite returned, and so did his playful spirit. Emily's once silent house was now filled with the sounds of his happy barks and the thud of his wagging tail. Max was no longer just a broken dog. He had become a symbol of resilience and strength. As the weeks passed, Emily began to uncover more about Max's past. She reached out to the shelter staff and pieced together his story. Max had been part of a dogfighting ring, a victim of human cruelty. The scars on his body told a tale of unimaginable suffering, but his gentle eyes showed no signs of bitterness. Emily marveled at his resilience, realizing that Max's strength came not only from her care, but from his unyielding spirit. Emily started taking Max to local parks and events, where his joyful demeanor captured the hearts of everyone he met. Children would run up to pet him, and Max would greet them with gentle licks and wagging tails. Seeing his newfound love for life, Emily decided to train him as a therapy dog. Together they visited hospitals, nursing homes, and schools, spreading hope and happiness wherever they went. Max's presence had a profound effect on everyone he met, reminding them that even the most broken beings could heal and bring joy. Together they visited hospitals, nursing homes, and schools, spreading hope and happiness wherever they went. Max's presence had a profound effect on everyone he met, reminding them that even the most broken beings could heal and bring joy. With each visit, Max's calm demeanor and gentle affection helped lift the spirits of those who were hurting, offering a sense of comfort and love that only an animal like Max could provide. His transformation wasn't just physical, it was emotional, inspiring everyone he encountered to embrace the healing power of compassion. Word of Max's miraculous turnaround spread through the community. The same shelter staff who had once deemed him a hopeless case now visited him, amazed at his transformation. Emily began sharing Max's journey on social media, inspiring others to adopt and give second chances to animals in need. Max became a symbol of resilience and the power of compassion. His story touched hearts far and wide, showing people that with a little love and care, anything was possible. Max had gone from being a forgotten, broken animal to a living testament of what could be achieved when people opened their hearts. Months later, Emily and Max returned to the shelter, not to say goodbye, but to encourage others to adopt. Max, now a healthy and vibrant dog, wagged his tail as he walked past the rows of cages, pausing to greet the other animals. Emily spoke passionately to visitors, urging them to see beyond an animal's outward appearance and recognize their potential for love and recovery. She told them, "Max was once just another forgotten animal, but now look at him. He's proof that second chances matter." The shelter staff, who had once feared for Max's life, watched in awe as he approached each new person with a wag of his tail, showing the world that even the most broken can heal with love and time. Max's story didn't just change his life, it changed Emily's too. She started a foundation to support sick and abandoned animals, using Max as the face of her mission. Together, they became a beacon of hope, proving that even in the darkest moments, a little kindness could spark a miraculous transformation. Emily's foundation grew rapidly, enabling her to rescue countless other animals. Max, her first and most inspiring rescue, stood proudly by her side, a living testament to the power of second chances and the enduring bond between humans and their furry companions. As Emily's foundation grew, so did the impact of Max's journey. Max had become a role model not only for the animals he had saved, but also for the people who had seen his story. He inspired countless others to adopt, to give second chances, and to never underestimate the power of love and care. Max had come from a broken place, but now he was giving back, showing other animals what it meant to heal and thrive, no matter their past. Max's story wasn't just about his survival, it was about the healing power of love and the incredible bond between a human and their pet. Emily and Max had both changed through this journey. Max had found his forever home, and Emily had found her true calling in rescuing animals. Together, they looked toward the future, knowing that no matter how dark the road had been, they had made it through, and now they could help others do the same. Months later, Emily and Max returned to the shelter, not to say goodbye, but to encourage others to adopt. Max, now a healthy and vibrant dog, wagged his tail as he walked past the rows of cages, pausing to greet the other animals. Emily spoke passionately to visitors, urging them to see beyond an animal's outward appearance and recognize their potential for love and recovery. She told them, "Max was once just another forgotten animal, but now look at him. He's proof that second chances matter." Max's story didn't just change his life, it changed Emily's too. She started a foundation to support sick and abandoned animals, using Max as the face of her mission. Together, they became a beacon of hope, proving that even in the darkest moments, a little kindness could spark a miraculous transformation. Emily's foundation grew rapidly, enabling her to rescue countless other animals. Max, her first and most inspiring rescue, stood proudly by her side, a living testament to the power of second chances and the enduring bond between humans and their furry companions. As Emily's foundation grew, so did the impact of Max's journey. Max had become a role model not only for the animals he had saved, but also for the people who had seen his story. He inspired countless others to adopt, to give second chances, and to never underestimate the power of love and care. Max had come from a broken place, but now he was giving back, showing other animals what it meant to heal and thrive, no matter their past. Max's transformation wasn't just physical, it had been emotional too. He was no longer a victim of abuse and neglect. Max had found his voice and his mission. As Emily's therapy dog, Max began visiting other shelters and hospitals, where he would sit by the side of sick animals, comforting them and sharing his healing energy. It was as if Max instinctively knew that, as someone who had once been broken, he now had the power to make others feel whole again. Through everything, Emily and Max had formed an unbreakable bond, a bond that had carried them both through their journey. In the quiet moments of their life together, Whether it was on a walk in the park or curled up on the couch at home, Emily knew that this journey had changed them both forever. Max was no longer just an animal she had saved. He was her best friend, her partner, and a symbol of the love and strength that could come from even the most difficult of circumstances. As the foundation grew, so did Emily's mission to help sick and abandoned animals. With Max by her side, Emily opened a larger facility where animals could receive the care they needed. The facility quickly became a hub for animal lovers, volunteers, and those who wanted to make a difference. The transformation that Max had inspired went beyond the walls of their home. Now, it was reaching animals in need across the community, offering them a chance at a better life. Max's story became more than just a tale of one dog's recovery. It became a movement, one that inspired people to adopt, volunteer, and offer second chances to animals who had been discarded or forgotten. Emily spoke at events, telling Max's story and how his journey had inspired not just her, but an entire community to come together and make a difference. Max's legacy would continue to live on through the foundation and the countless lives he had touched along the way. As Max's healing continued, he became a beacon of hope for other animals who had experienced suffering. Emily and Max met a new rescue one day, a dog who was scared and unsure of the world around it. But Max, with his calm presence, approached the dog gently, offering a silent promise that everything would be okay. Slowly, the new dog began to trust, just as Max had once learned to trust again. Max was more than a symbol of recovery. He was living proof that healing could happen, one animal at a time. In the quiet moments, when the hustle of their mission slowed down, Emily and Max would sit together, reflecting on how far they had come. From the cold, rainy day, Max had arrived at the shelter, broken and abandoned, to now, surrounded by love, joy, and purpose. They had created something beautiful together. Through it all, Max had become more than just a rescued dog. He had become Emily's family, her companion, and the heart of a movement that would continue to change lives for years to come. Max's journey had come full circle. He had gone from being a sick, abandoned dog to an ambassador for hope, a symbol of the power of second chances. On a stage surrounded by friends, supporters, and those who had been touched by his story, Max stood proudly, not as a victim of cruelty, but as a testament to resilience, love, and the power of compassion. Emily stood beside him, her heart swelling with pride as she realized how far they had come. Together,